All right. Happy Wine Wednesday, everyone. Just out here on the trail, doing a little walk with my little partner in crime here, Suki. She's back there getting into something. That's what she does. Just out here, want to talk a little bit about the 2019 vintage and how excited I am for it. It's getting really close now. Harvest should kick off for us at J. Bookwalter Winery within the next couple weeks, really. Probably pull off Sauvignon Blanc first. Just early ripening grape like that, and so it usually is the first one in, and gorgeous fruit on top of that. So we source our Sauvignon Blanc from Connerly Vineyard. Connerly is one of those really iconic, epic vineyards up in the upper Columbia Valley, just east of the Wahluke Slope, just outside of Othello actually. So great growing region, managed by Tom Thorson for years, and then recently taken over by Josh Lawrence, the Lawrence family of Gard Vintners. So they're out there being stewards of the land now, and so yeah, we're super looking forward to this new partnership with them and kind of moving forward and seeing how things go on that side of things. Connerly is one of those vineyards that's just mind-boggling fruit year in and year out. A little bit cooler site too, so you get wonderful characteristics coming out of there, a little bit lengthier tannin structure. It's just a really, really fun vineyard. So super excited about that. 2019 vintage is just, it's looking stellar. I mean, hankering back to the 2012s, and we all know how awesome the 2012 vintage was. If you can find any of those right now, I suggest getting a few of them. But pro tip here, avoid grocery store shelves. That wine has been sitting there since probably 2014. Maybe bounced around to a couple different grocery stores, but at this point it's probably suffered a little bit of heat damage along the way. So yeah, avoid those. I like to stick to Costco for my older wines, or I like to go with auctions. Auctions are great places, or online bidding like wine.com or Total Wine and More. They've got some great online selections available, and you can trust their providence. So that's pro tip of the day, is avoid grocery store wines that are old, because they are old and they have been cooked. So yeah, find the 2012s if you can, and gear up for 2019, because it is going to be just amazing. So one of those vintages that everyone in the industry seems to be buzzing about and super excited about. So Sagemore Dionysus, or Dionysus Vineyard, part of the Sagemore group, I guess is a better way to put it, is also where we source a lot of our fruit from. And wow, I was out there about 2 weeks ago with Caleb Foster, our winemaker, and Kyla Welsh. She's our tasting room manager for the Woodinville location, and Cecilia Pleak, she's our new club manager. If you haven't had a chance to meet Kyla or Cecilia yet, make the time to. They are awesome, cool people and worth getting to know. Anyway, I was out there at the vineyard with them and checking out Sagemore a bit, and it was looking incredible this year. I mean, Sagemore's always year in and year out. It's farmed and managed by Kent Walliser and Lacey Liebeck, and they know fruit. They know wine grapes in particular very, very well, and they do a great job year in and year out. This is where we source the grapes for our volume series, which is my favorite wine that J. Bookwalter does. We all know that. I am obsessed with the volume, and that super wonderful tannin structure that the volume has year in and year out. It's just amazing. So yeah, we source our volume series from there, and we get a Club Merlot and occasionally a little bit of Malbec out of there. And I believe we are getting some Riesling from Bacchus Vineyard this year as well. So also part of the Sagemore group. And this will be the first time we're making Riesling since 2016. So excited about that too. Should be a really, really fun vintage. Just a couple of key points on what we're planning on doing this year. We are planning on doing Chenin Blanc again. We all know how popular that has been over this summer, and Chenin Blanc is just one of those wonderful stories that, you know, that fruit is just stellar year in and year out, and it has wonderful aromatics and a little bit of a sweet quality to it. We don't ferment all the way to bone dry on that one. We like to leave just a touch of residual on there to kind of liven it up a little bit. And it is a fantastic wine. And we made about 100 cases of this last year, and we are just about sold out. So it has just been popular and stellar all through the winery and the restaurant. So yeah, we were planning on upping our Chenin production just a little bit. So we'll do a little more Chenin this year than we did last year. We are upping the Scarlet Hexflame production as well. Every year we make more, and every year we run out about this time. That's the case as well this year. We are down to our last few boxes of the Scarlet Hexflame, popular bone dry rosé, year in and year out, just a great seller and always sells out. So try to up our production a little bit on that one as well. We are making a Riesling again, as I mentioned earlier, so that's super exciting. Bacchus Vineyard, and it will also have a touch of residual on there. We like to do it in a off-dry style, just really nice for age worthiness. And as many of you have seen the Saw movies at this point, our Riesling does have that wonderful kind of petroleum tennis ball characteristic. Fresh cut garden hose, I believe, is one of the descriptors that one of the gentlemen in that movie said. And believe it or not, I do get a little bit of fresh cut garden hose on that nose every now and again. It's a really fun wine. So yeah, that's kind of the up and coming white wines. We will be doing Sauv Blanc again, of course, the Rieder Chardonnay and the Double Plot Chardonnay, and the awesome new Bordeaux White. So we just bottled the second edition of the Bordeaux White about a month ago, and that'll be released in spring. And then we will be making the third edition of the Bordeaux White this year. It's a Semillon Sauv Blanc and Muscadel blend. If you folks haven't had a chance to try that, I would certainly get out there and give that a try before that wine is sold out. It's just stellar. One of maybe a handful of producers in the state that are producing a Bordeaux White style wine, which is really, really fun. So yeah, that's kind of the white side of things. This year on the reds, we will be doing the usual reds that we do. We will have the antagonist back. We will be doing suspense and protagonist and conflict, all of our wonderful reserve blends. We will be doing the ultra premium reserves as well, the volume and the chapter. Two fantastic wines, year in and year out, just stellar stuff. So we'll be doing both of those again this year. We will be making a new signature wine. Haven't heard yet from the bosses whether it will be another Maclarnen or if we will do another kind of legacy namesake wine. But if you folks have had the chance to try the Maclarnen 2016, it's an homage to John's grandfather, Jimmy Babyface Maclarnen, who was welterweight champion of the world in 1934 and 1935. And that is just, no pun intended, a knockout wine. It really is pretty kick-ass. So yeah, we'll hopefully be doing another one of the legacy wines this year as well. So super excited about that. And then in terms of Rhone varietals, we will certainly be making a new GSM this year as well. Our GSM that we made that's just getting released this year is absolutely stunning, and I can't wait to be drinking that on a regular basis. You guys know me. Ryder is a Rhone Ranger. He is a Rhone fanatic, and he is I, and I is he, and I love drinking that stuff. So be excited, be on the lookout for that GSM. It is a book club wine at this point, so the only way to get access to that wine is actually to be in our wine club, which is called the Book Club. It's a great wine club to be in. 25% off to-go wine, one of the best discounts in Washington State for club members. So if you're curious about that at all, just shoot us a little email or a private message and we can give you some details about that. Certainly a club worth being in. Yeah, especially when you're talking about getting access to GSMs and Club Select Merlots and Club Select Cabernets, completely curated by our winemaker, Caleb Foster. I mean, that's pretty epic when you have a winemaker making wines just for you and your club, kind of doing it in a boutique style. So yeah, very fun. So super excited, as you can tell. Lots of stuff coming up for the 2019 vintage. A lot going on with J. Bookwalter Winery. And yeah, just super excited to get going and get to harvesting. So I hope that the wines turn out as good as everyone is saying that they will be. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't. As we all know, great wine is made 100% in the vineyard. It is made 100% during the winemaking process, and it is made 100% during the aging process. There's no shortcuts along the way. There's no 60-40 split. It is 100% effort in every spot along the way. And the teams out there at Connor Lee Vineyard, Elephant Mountain Vineyard, and Sagemore Vineyard have all put forth 100% effort. And here shortly, it's our turn to do our effort to make sure that we are carrying forward that fruit and expressing that vineyard in the best way possible. So on that note, super excited for the 2019 vintage, and see you at the winery. Cheers.